Now, this brings us to synchronicity. You see repeating digits on clocks, on your odometer, license plates, receipts. Everybody says, oh, David, what does this mean? Whatever was happening right before you see it is the important message. That's so critical. Don't worry about, oh, what do the numbers mean? I think 333 might mean, da-da-da-da, and Kabbalistically it means da-da-da, and the Tibetans said, no. Don't even worry about what the numbers mean. I mean, sometimes they do. Native Americans had different animal totems, and if you want to encode that synchronicity, you can, but now that we don't have animals all around us, it's harder to get those messages. But whatever your synchronicity system is, you decide that you want it to be there. We'll get into that in a minute, and it'll work for you. This is all carefully coordinated. The higher beings are manifesting those eagles to fly over the Native Americans. They're manifesting you to drive your car at a certain place at a certain time so that the digits line up, or to look at the clock at the right moment. It's all because you're under hypnosis, and the post-hypnotic suggestion from your higher self is telling you to do this. Ultimately, what this does is it tears away the veil, breaks through the illusion, and you understand that reality is magical. You're not living in the dull, dumb, shut-down world of spiritual ignorance any longer. You have become enlightened because you see that everything has purpose and meaning. And this is where whatever you think you see around you starts to change, and you have this whole new reality. You can encode synchronicity. Let's talk about that. You tell the universe what you want to see, and it will act on behalf of you. So people are like, well, I don't know. I mean, does it mean something if I see a penny on the ground when I'm walking? Yes, if you tell the universe that when that happens that you're going to accept it as a synchronicity. These higher beings may not go to as much trouble to do a synchronicity job for you if you're just going to blow it off and say, oh, well, isn't that interesting? It probably doesn't mean anything. It must be a coincidence. There's no coincidence here. This is a magical reality. Everything's interspersed with who we are now. There's this whole hidden reality, the parallel universe going on all around us with beings in it that we don't see. You don't want to plan your whole life down to the minute. Obviously, you don't want to just end up living in your car either. I mean, some people do that. But it's good to kind of find some way in between where you're not out there in the middle of the woods with nothing but a barrel eating twigs and berries. And you also don't want to have everything timed down to the minute because synchronicity requires some flexibility so that you do things seemingly at random and then events happen. They become meaningful. The left side of the body is where energy flows in, and the right side is where energy comes out. So the left side is traditionally associated with absorbing people's energy, service to self, the negative path, which is not really negative, it's yin-yang. We need both sides. But that's energy going in, which is absorbing. Energy on the right is radiating. You're giving it out. You're giving to others. So you might get little pinpricks, like all of a sudden it feels like acupuncture. You get this needle-like pain in one part of your body. That's a synchronicity. Any type of sensation, whether it be pain, whether it be tingling, whether it be heat, you can look at the side of the body and get clearer on the message, and then you can look at the part of the body and use the body as a metaphor. So if you have an eye issue, it will be, what are you not seeing? Ear, what are you not hearing? The mouth is like, what do you not want to take in? What do you not want to digest? Liver is associated with anger. Kidneys is associated with fear. And there's all these other things. Louise Hay talks about all this. All this stuff is in the video. We go into more detail about it. So again, tones could appear in your ear. You hear a ringing or something like that. You get a pinprick sensation or a tingling in your body. All that stuff is part of the message from this hidden reality that's all around us that we normally don't see. I have the opportunity to look through his Facebook page and find all these people I went to high school with who I have not seen since 1991. I'm 38 years old in less than a month. Let me just say, to be polite, that most of the people I went to high school with do not look like I do. They are in the matrix, and I was shocked because Bob Dean the other day walked up to me and said, "You look not a day over 25. I'm like, really? Okay, well, it's because of the consciousness that I'm anchoring in, and because of the dietary practice, you don't age the same way. It's literally like the fountain of youth. I don't look like I'm 38, and I got the proof because practically every other person that I saw from my graduating class for the first time in 25 years, or whenever, how long it's been. How long is it? 91, 2001, 20 years. 20 years. Everybody looked old and overweight And I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. So the point is, your dreams are going to dial you back into your high school, to your grade school, to your parents, to all this stuff to get you to reflect upon the past and how it informs what's going on now. You're going to have the same characters keep repeating in your life until you learn the lesson. So if the lesson you need to learn is how to love yourself, the universe will duly reward you for not loving yourself by sending you people who kick your ass. That's what it does. The universe is not a smiling clown with a lollipop. It's the evil clown. But that's what you have to go through, right? You have to see your shadow reflected back to you. A lot of people have these dreams where they see the earth is going to be destroyed. Oh my God, it's a prophecy. We're all going to die. In your dream plane, everything is yourself. And that's what we're about to get into, is dreams. And so all of this chaos and unbalanced energy in your dreams, it's not saying the world is going to be destroyed. It's merely saying that you're going through a massive shift. The language is symbolism. This is so important because symbolism is multidimensional. It gives you multiple layers of meaning simultaneously. There's no one correct interpretation. It preserves your free will. It's using your pineal gland. When you're out there, your dreams are getting into your body through the pineal gland, conveying symbolic information from the cosmos to get you on track with what you need to know. And we're going to get back to dreams in just a minute. There are some exercise things you can do practically that will help immeasurably. Walk in direct sunlight without wearing sunglasses or sunscreen. There's energy from the sun. The Indians call it prana, and that will actually charge up your astral body, decalcify your pineal gland thanks to the vitamin D, and help you immeasurably to be more psychic. Yoga and walking, other types of exercise, all that stuff. The stretching exercises are very good because they increase circulation and blood flow to the pineal gland. Admittedly, I don't do enough of this, but it's important that you do. It's very important to work on the flexibility of your spine more than anything. This is something the readings told me. Before you go to bed at night, you want to bend a lot and just get that spine all flexible because that'll make a big difference in how well you remember your dreams the next morning. Another very little-known thing that I found out from the CIA, the Black Ops Psychic Training Program, where they train these people ultimately to be psychic influencers of others, black magic, basically. This is good for either path. I'm not saying I'm teaching you to be evil here. I'm just saying that you can use some of what they've got for the positive, and this is one example. Any type of exercise that involves explosive, sudden movements, similar to martial arts or weightlifting, like push-ups, pull-ups, any of these types of exercise where it's not just like gentle movement, but you have sudden, fast movement, is very important to developing psychic ability. Martial arts, strength-building exercises, and what they call inverse calisthenics, which is pretty wild. Excuse me. It's where you actually hang upside down, and while you're upside down, you do sit-ups. I do not claim to be doing this. It's not fun. But you can do it if you're really dedicated, and it'll get results. And you start to pierce the veil, and you start to see all these energies that are not there, and those energies will begin speaking to you more and more. And you can decrease all this chaos that's what most people's minds are filled with. And now I want to go through some dream things, and then we're going to do the stuff on readings, and then we'll have a meditation, and we're done. So I'm not going to keep you guys here crazy late. We're winding up towards the end of this. Again, all this stuff is available on the website in much more detail, but I want you to hear all of it so you have an opportunity to practice it. The most important thing about dreams is don't wake up to an alarm, unless the alarm is the last minute. And you need it only to avoid from being totally late. You want to get up before the alarm, which happens anyway. How many times have you woken up and you turn off the alarm? Right? That's what a lot of people. So, the trick is refined sugar will kill your dreams. Do not eat refined sugar. I said that before. Very important. It clogs up the pineal gland, even from one night. Scientists know that when you eat sugar, your immune system shuts off for 5 hours, and they don't know why. But it's an energetic effect caused by the fact that sugar absorbs torsion fields, this spiraling energy I was talking about, that's the energy of consciousness. I tested this on myself. I ate sugar, and then I tried to remember my dreams. I couldn't remember anything. And my mother just proved this. She was eating refined sugar and finally decided not to, and almost immediately she started to remember all these dreams. So this really works. When you first wake up, don't move. I can't stress that enough. Just lie there. You don't have an alarm. You come back into your body, you become conscious, train yourself not to do anything, because we think, oh my gosh, I'm waking up, I got to go get up, I got to get ready for the day. No, 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 no. Just lie there. Just chill out. Don't even move a finger. Ask yourself, what was just happening to me, not what was I dreaming? Where was I? Who was I talking to? What was going on? Where did we go? What did we talk about? What was just happening? That's what you need to ask. Act as if it was real. Then, this goes back to the concentrative meditation I was talking about. You want to grab a single snapshot of information and then try to store 2 or 3 of them at once in your head while you're lying there.